Happy Super Bowl Sunday, everybody! I'm wearing a Patriots jersey. We're not in the Super Bowl. I just like remembering the good times. Hey, what's up everyone, it's me, SpeedSuperSonic, bringing you guys another video. In this video today, we have a very special video because as we've been anticipating for basically the entire week, we kicked this week off with a video of me basically telling you guys that we're going to be getting something Sonic related at the Super Bowl this week, which, you know, the day I'm uploading this, it is the Super Bowl. And then we got the official trailer for the Knuckles show, and then it was kind of like, are we going to get something at the Super Bowl at this point if they're just dropping it now? Well, thanks to things that we were hearing, yes. Not only were the reports going around that Knuckles in particular would be at the Super Bowl, but even after the first trailer dropped, we read an article from Variety that told us that Knuckles would still be at the Super Bowl with a brand new spot. And we have that brand new spot here today, and we're going to be reacting to it. I'm incredibly excited to dive into this. I'm very pumped. I can't wait for the show. Loved what I've seen from it so far. It looks really fun. It looks really entertaining. I can't wait for it. As for this TV spot we have here today, I'm not expecting anything too crazy, but I am excited to watch it. My apologies if the footage quality isn't the best. It's a camera rip, but that's the best we have right now. There isn't a direct upload of this on the internet yet. And 3, 2, 1. Alright, the opening scene we've seen.
All your nuts? Go. How about Nucky? Go. The Bear. No. Sir Nuxalot. Go. Fine. Knuckles Cage.
I'm gonna love their dynamic. So that's a new scene already. That's good.
Begins now.
More Kid Cudi. Okay, that was a new shot as well. We've seen this scene. It's definitely gonna be the one that they promote all the time.
No. He must
I love this part though. It's so cute. I love that. Trailer online now. Okay, so basically, yeah, that's what I expected from it. We got a little new scene, which is definitely going to be like the part that, you know, we cling on to the most from this, I'd say, because it's something new. A majority of that is stuff we've seen, but like I said, I wasn't expecting anything too crazy. I was expecting like Rouge to pop up in this, or like some random Sonic character, yada yada yada. I was expecting something pretty normal, basically a summed up version of the trailer with like a few new things in there. So people who haven't seen the trailer yet will go online and look at it, and that's what's available right now for people online, is that trailer. Now you might be wondering, well, the Super Bowl hasn't even started yet. At the time of you dropping this video, how do you already have this? So a lot of Super Bowl commercials and spots air on the network, multiple different networks during the day. This isn't abnormal, so you definitely will see this TV spot sometime during the Super Bowl, whether that's before it starts, during a commercial break, during the first quarter, at halftime, maybe third quarter, you never know. And since I'm uploading this before the Super Bowl starts, I'm really excited to see this thing pop up during the Super Bowl when I'm watching it. It's gonna be so cool to see Sonic like in that space. As I've mentioned before, the Super Bowl is like the biggest night in America for like us as a people. The next day after, like billions of dollars of our economy goes to waste because like we're still having hangover from that amazing night of watching just sweaty men run into each other. It's so great. And Sonic being able to share that is just a beautiful thing, and I can't wait. Let's look at a few of the things that we got new from this trailer. We of course have that scene of Knuckles and Wade in his cop car, basically him trying to come up with nicknames for Knuckles. Nothing like, oh my god, I'm going to combust. I'm like literally on the floor laughing, dying right now. This is like so hilarious. But it's a cute little sequence, and I'm really excited to see their dynamic. Like a lot of people have pointed out, this is kind of, you know, just basically taking the first Sonic movie's plot and putting it into like this Knuckles TV show. Obviously it's not the same thing. It's not like the same exact twists and turns that the first movie makes. This is going to be its own thing, but they are taking a road trip. There are little wacky characters and destinations they run into along the way. So there are a lot of parallels there that can't be denied. But honestly, I really enjoy that first Sonic movie. I still kind of enjoy it about the same as the second movie. I know a lot of people are like, the second movie's so much better, and it's a great movie, don't get me wrong, for, you know, a kid's Sonic movie. Let me clarify that. But I really do believe that first movie has been very severely underlooked by the fan base since the second movie's dropping. Second movie is a great Sonic movie, but I still really do enjoy the heart of that first film, and I think that's what this show is going to kind of recapture. In a way, this is a larger scale even compared to the first Sonic movie, it seems, but definitely not on the scale of something like Sonic Movie 2. It's going to be a little more toned down in this, which I'm excited for, and really being able to dive into Knuckles' character and see how he progresses, and also his relationship with Wade, and how special that's going to be, how that might transition over into movie 3. Now, I don't even know if this shot was in the trailer or not. It's not anything that crazy, but you kind of see that Knuckles and Wade going over the moon, E.T. style. I really like that. I don't know if that was in the original trailer or not, but I do really enjoy that. That's a new shot, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but we have seen what that scene basically is. It's Knuckles carrying Wade around by gliding. I love that, the utilization of Knuckles, you know, ability, outside of his extremely powerful punching in the games, him being able to glide is one of his, you know, most defining abilities. So I'm really excited that they're using that. I don't think they used it that much, if really at all, in the second movie. I'm gonna be completely real, it's been a while since I've rewatched those. I probably am gonna do that very soon, but it seems like since Sonic Movie 2 and even more now, they're really leaning into the game aspect of this franchise in this universe. We see, I don't even know how to say his name, but you know, Tikal's dad from Sonic Adventure. If you were to tell me like a million years ago, I wasn't alive a million years ago, but you know what I'm saying, like 10 years ago in 2014 or 2015, that not only would we be getting live action Sonic the Hedgehog movies and the franchise would be successful enough to where we got 3 movies, a TV show, a potential Shadow spin-off TV show later down the line, God knows how many more movies they have planned. It would be not only this successful, but we would see this man in live action. I wouldn't have believed you. I know so many Sonic fans are mad I don't know his name. They're like, you're not a real fan. Look at my wall. It's so funny when people try to challenge that because I don't know a character's name. But as a Sonic Adventure lover, I'm so excited to see him. And that makes me wonder if we're maybe going to get more adventure-ish or Echidna Clan versus Chaos type callbacks or lore in this show, which I think would be super cool. But speaking of those Sonic the Hedgehog game elements and characters being added that you wouldn't expect, there's been a lot of theorization and dialogue about the potential of Metal Sonic. I didn't just put him in the thumbnail. Yes, I want to talk about him. A lot of people have been floating around the question of Metal Sonic really ever since the end of the first movie. Everybody was saying that in Sonic Movie 3, like before 2 came out, they were like, they're doing Tails and Knuckles in 2, that means they have to do Amy and Metal Sonic in 3, and I was like, no, that's dumb. They have to do Shadow. That's just the natural place to go after this. There's just infinite amounts of more story potential in a 3rd installment with Shadow. It just made the most sense, and that's obviously the route they went. But there still has always been the question of Metal Sonic as some form of an antagonist. I think it'd be kind of hard to do Metal Sonic, at least the way he's been interpreted in the games, as a main antagonist. There isn't a whole lot of character there. There isn't really a whole lot that's menacing there. He's just a metal version of Sonic that Eggman creates. Some interpretations of Metal Sonic have really been able to tap into that character, make him incredibly interesting. But for the most part, he's been incredibly watered down as of late, and really has just been put there for fan service and for somebody for Sonic to fight. Not really to make an intriguing character. But if there's any branch of the Sonic franchise that I have faith in being able to do, you know, right by the characters, it's the Sonic movie franchise. They have knocked it out of the park with Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Eggman. All of these characters I think are debatably the best interpretations of these characters we've seen. So there's been the conversation of Metal Sonic potentially popping up in not only movie 3, but potentially the Knuckles series, based off a lot of the stuff that we see in the Knuckles show trailer in particular, and that is when you see Kid Cudi and all of these villains repurposing all of these Eggman parts to make basically replicas of the powers of all of these different Sonic characters. We see him using these almost like big metal fighting gloves that replicate Knuckles' punching ability with all of these different spikes that they've collected from Knuckles during whatever battle they were doing. I'm assuming it was the final battle of 2, and that's very reminiscent of what Eggman had that Sonic, you know, little quill vial at the end of the first movie, which I think everybody's mind went to Metal Sonic at the end of that. That's just the iconography that's very familiar to the video games. That's not the direction they went. It was more used as a power source than anything. But there's no way that the writers and Paramount haven't thought about like, hey, Metal Sonic could be used as a way of doing this. I think that at the end of Sonic Movie 3, you have somewhat of a conundrum. You have a final villain problem. Shadow is obviously going to be some kind of antagonist in 3 for a majority of the movie, but there's going to be some kind of flip at some point. We know that. Even if he doesn't become quote-unquote friends with Sonic, there will be some kind of noble sacrifice where Shadow ends up doing the right thing and saving the day. But who are they going to fight at the end of all of this? Eggman is obviously the big bad. He's in the movie, Jim Carrey's returning, that's confirmed. But what about that even larger threat that Sonic and Shadow could stop Eggman willy-nilly, super easy. But I doubt they're going to do the Bio Lizard. I think that's a bit too weird and ridiculous for the Sonic movie universe, even at this point. So maybe potentially, I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on this, Metal Sonic could be a direction that they go in terms of some kind of final battle. Whether it is literally the Metal Sonic that we're the most familiar with, this kind of skinny, literally direct replica of Sonic approach, or they could do Neo Metal Sonic, the Sonic Heroes Final Battle Metal Sonic. They can do a lot of stuff with that metal. But seeing stuff like this, seeing the powers of the Sonic characters being replicated in metal robotic form, makes me think Is there a possibility we could see Metal Sonic at some point? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but this video has been long enough on this little tiny TV spot. I want to pass this over to you guys and ask what you think. What do you guys think of the new Knuckles TV show? TV spot for the Super Bowl. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys looking forward to it? Are you guys still kind of iffy on the show? Let me know. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. Feel free to follow my social media links on my Twitter and Instagram in the description below. You can follow those by seeing them in my life, which I did and all things Sonic the Hedgehog. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. This is the #1 decision in YouTube for all things Sonic. Whether it's video games, TV shows, movies, comics, merchandise, and more. We talk about it all. For all things on the Knuckles show, like we just did today, I'm going to be covering the show like a hawk. We're going to be talking about all things Knuckles, but not just that. Sonic Movie 3, obviously, when we get more news on that. Sonic X Shadow Generations, all the awesome Sonic purchases coming this year. The year is not slowing down. It's going to be a wild ride, and you're going to want to join the channel for this. #1 spot on YouTube for Sonic. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Wonder what you want right now, wonder what you want right now. Used to be proud about, used to be proud about it. Counting all my blessings and count my dollars.